out there. They're out there.
They're out there. We kind of have fallen off on doing that because none of them are original and are just kind of repeat themselves here and there. But I like the right time to bring them back for the NCAA stuff. So
Sure.
Cuz C-U-Z cuz, by the way, not because or apostrophe C-A-U-S-E cuz Chet Holmgren.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Other
Okay.
thoughts? Number one team in the final AP poll has not won the NCAA tournament title since Kentucky 10 years ago. The site of that Final Four?
Nolans.
New Orleans.
I mean, Nolans.
Nolans. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, look, Gonzaga's got as good a chance as anyone in this field, probably better to win this thing.
It's funny you say that because 538 runs all these numbers, the site, and they have Gonzaga at a 27% chance of winning it all, and no other team that I don't think had more than 10%.
That's so scary high.
It's nuts.
Terrifying.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
No.
Hey,
were you?
Wait, sorry. Can we talk about some overseeds and underseeds and overseeds?
Let's hold off and we'll talk about the rest of the bracket in the outside of the West region.
Okay.
Were you annoyed again when we ended up having 3 teams that we played during the season in the same bracket? I know we can only play one of them, but
it's annoying. It's like we already saw these teams. The committee clearly doesn't care. And Marty said this before. We always like to play teams in the tournament that haven't seen us before because it's a lot harder to prepare. They haven't seen Gonzaga before because you walk out on the court, you see Chet Holmgren, you're like, what? Dear God, what is that thing?
Yeah.
And if you're Duke, you've seen us before and you've beaten us. Like you can go back and look at your tape. You have tape on us against you. And I don't like that.
There's that. I don't like playing a team that we've beaten before. So like Texas Tech, it's just harder to even, psychologically to beat a team twice. And so there's that going against us for the Texas Tech game. Plus, like you said, I'd rather play a team doesn't know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can look at film, but they haven't played. And when that happens, you get results like USC in the Elite Eight last year.
Yeah.
Hell, UCLA in the Final Four.
Oklahoma in the second round.
Oh, you mean against Gonzaga? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Creighton in the Sweet 16. They had seen us. They'd played us, but like not that year, and not even. I think it had been like a couple of years since we played Creighton. But you get the point.
We get it. We get you.
Yeah, it's frustrating,
Adam,
but it is what it is. Go on.
What is the most satisfying possible set of matchups from the West bracket all the way through the final? Assuming I'm posing the question, assuming we win the national title.
Okay, it's Boise State. Okay, no, never mind. It's Memphis. Memphis beat us in Battle in Seattle a while ago, like a couple times. Boo, Memphis.
We used to the bracket busters.
Yeah, whatever.
We used
it's
to
Memphis.
play them on the regular.
It's Memphis. They're gross. I don't like them. They're just shiesty. I don't think highly of the Memphis Tigers. Okay,
How about this angle? For me to interrupt, sorry. Boise State, ugliest football field in the country. Memphis, ugliest basketball court.
Yeah.
Boise State is not the ugliest football field in the country.
Is it Eastern Washington?
Eastern Washington.
I think Eastern's is worse.
Yeah, it's probably worse.
Well, Boise State
at least was the original one that did that.
But also,
Boise's second worst football, and also Memphis' second worst basketball because Oregon's the worst.
Oregon, of course.
Yeah, clearly.
default.
I don't know.
Blue
I think Memphis
Tiger
might be
court
worse.
is really bad.
It's god awful. Okay, so Memphis, UConn. No, excuse me, Memphis. Yeah, I guess UConn, and then Bama for revenge. I'm not there yet. Yeah, I'd rather beat Bama than Texas Tech. Oh, but Tom Izzo. Ooh.
You can only play one, Adam.
Revenge, Bama, and then Duke. Beating Duke. Come on. Elite Eight.
That's it? Those are your 3?
Well, where am I at here?
I think
That's it.
doing too many
You
games.
skipped Georgia State. No, he's done.
I'm done.
He's got obviously Georgia State. Then he did Memphis. Then he did
you can't play.
And then he did.
We can't play Bama and Duke.
No, he didn't call that. He just called Bama. Obviously, in his scenario, Bama beats Duke.
No, I did screw up. The best would be to beat Duke. Like assuming you're winning the title, to beat Duke, get revenge on the game, end Coach K's career. It's all too perfect. You want that. It's like pass. It's like it's beautiful.
Fair, but now you're still 2 games short. You're still 2 games short.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's.
He said UConn.
I'm saying going through the national title game.
Yeah, so
I thought
Duke.
you said. I thought you asked for West region. You said West region.
Yeah. Anyway.
Assuming we win the national title, who are the other games?
Okay, then it's gonna be oh God, I'm not sure.
Playing the East.
Is it Baylor or Kentucky? Who do you want to beat more?
You'll find out my answer in a minute.
Yeah, fine.
You tell us what you think.
It's Baylor because of revenge.
Okay.
And then it's Auburn because everyone thinks they're the best other team. That's it.
I like it. I hadn't thought of that. I like it. Mard?
Okay, so I have Georgia State. Then I'd like to see them beat Memphis. Then I'd like to see them beat UConn. I think they're just a more historically, successful program, and so let's have them beat Duke, of course, to get to the Final Four. Gotta end Coach K's career that way. And then in the Final Four, I'd rather them beat Kentucky over anyone else in that region. I think if they beat Baylor, people would be saying, "Oh, Baylor didn't have Chamba Chachua. They don't have L.J. Cryer." Well, they might have Cryer, but as of this point, they don't have L.J. Cryer. They're so injured. It was an easy win. They'll move the goalpost for that one. Kentucky is this team people are thinking could have been a 1 seed. Some people say they're the best team in the country when they're healthy and playing right. So I think I want to have them beat Kentucky. And then in the championship game, I was oscillating between Auburn and Arizona, and I think Arizona for the theater of it would be most satisfying for me. But it might be Auburn. I don't know. Arizona or Auburn. I can't pick. Let's go Auburn. Last second switch of my mind. Auburn.
Like it. For me, I'm just gonna name mine the spite bracket. Georgia State, fine. Boise State because Leon Rice was mean to me many years ago. UConn because Jim Calhoun is a giant sack of crap and I hated them and I hate UConn and I don't like any of them. Duke, just as Marty said, to end Coach K's career. Though Alabama would be I would be perfectly happy if they knocked off Alabama. In the Final Four, give me Kentucky. I understand the Baylor thing from last year. I begrudge them on a moral basis, but the Kentucky fans on Twitter especially are so awful and miserable and just run their mouths so much that it would bring me so much joy to shut them up. It would bring me so much joy. And then finally, I actually went a little bit of a left turn. I didn't put Arizona because as much as I had hated them in the past, I like Tommy. Tommy Leon Rice was mean to me. Tommy was exceedingly pleasant to me and didn't need to be. I don't really want to begrudge him that, although I do agree with you, Marty, it'd be good theater. I went Kansas. It's like if we're just gonna say piss off to all the blue buds possible, give me UConn, give me Duke, give me Kentucky, give me Kansas.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick it all in your ears. I don't want to hear a damn thing from any of you. That's what I want. I don't think it's
but if you're going,
I don't think they're gonna get there.
It goes against your spite theme because if you want the spite theme, it's got to be Auburn. I mean, those fans are as bad as Kentucky. Almost.
But that was like that's a flash in the pan thing. Like they're not
that's
multiple year thing.
Right.
Kansas, it's not as bad as Kentucky, but they've been at it for multiple years, and of course Duke is Duke. But if next year if we do this and Auburn fans are as bad, then fair enough.
The coach hate victory path is like beat Coach K, beat Cal, and then beat Bruce Pearl. That's Bruce Pearl. I hate Bruce Pearl a lot more than I hate Bill Self.
The bludgeoning of the blue bloods is what we call the path to the first title. Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, all in the same 6 games
in a row.
Those 3 games in a row to win the national. That is, I think I'm switching it to that one. I think you've won me over. I hadn't thought about that angle. Let's do it. I'm on.
Let's look at outside the West bracket now. Let's start. I want to say close to home, but it is close to home. St. Mary's playing as a 5 seed in Portland. Gonzaga will get to see them again.
We'll see them.
Yeah,
we won't have to play them.
We won't have to play them, thank God. They're the 5 seed. They're playing against the winner of Indiana, Wyoming. Your thoughts on their layout, Mard?
I actually think they're gonna own Wyoming.
You think Wyoming is going to beat Indiana?
Well, here's what I think. Wyoming is a solid team, 50th in KenPom, doesn't do really anything spectacularly well, but they don't struggle in any major areas. Indiana is a crappy Big Ten team that will lose to Wyoming. That's what I think.
Fair enough.
They had lost 7 of 9 before they got hot they won 2 games in the Big Ten, and then bam, they're in. They lost 7-9. They were out. They were not going to make it. But then they beat 2 teams, and okay, you're in now because you're a Big Ten team, so we'll put you in. I freaking hate that so much. So screw it. Screw Indiana. Wyoming's going to beat them. And then SMC Wyoming. I think SMC is going to win. And I like to see that SMC UCLA game. That's going to be a fascinating matchup.
Fascinating. It's gonna be. You're gonna want to gouge your eyes out with a spoon. It's gonna be the
Did you guys
slowest
watch
freaking game you've ever seen in your life.
Did you guys notice Seth Davis just all over SMC saying he's got him beating Baylor.
Baylor, yeah, he had him beating Baylor.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy. I mean,
well, yeah, Baylor's hurting.
yeah. I mean, I think they've got a real nice path to that Elite Eight.
They have a reasonable path to the Sweet 16.
Assuming that happens, could you imagine Kentucky versus St. Mary's?
Oh man, what if St. Mary's? What if it's Gonzaga St. Mary's in the Elite Eight? Or excuse me, Final Four.
Final Four. I mean, if that can you imagine Power 5 conferences heads just exploding?
Yeah,
all those people.
It would be incredible. I mean, I hate to. I mean, literally. I mean, you always say, "Well, you hate to see it," but no, I would really hate to see that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the other WCC team that made it, who's in Kentucky's little mini pod. San Francisco, a 10 seed against Murray State, the 7, playing for a right to play Kentucky, and I mean that's a good. I don't actually hate the draw for San Francisco in the first round, but playing Kentucky in the second round would be kind of brutal.
It's crazy. San Francisco is a 10 seed, Murray State the 7 seed, and San Francisco is a higher rated KenPom team. Like per the predictive metrics, they are a better team than Murray State.
Murray State hasn't lost since December 22nd.
Okay. All right.
I mean, they don't obviously. I mean, look at their schedule. They don't play anybody in their conference. They just roll through it. But that's just a long time. So I think and they're going off it's a 12-day layoff. They haven't played since March 5th.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be 12 days without playing basketball for them. I mean, USF is on a similar break, right? But I just feel like USF's gonna get them. I think I like USF. It's gonna be a lot of good guards in this game.
Yeah,
Murray State
absolutely
has 3 good guards: Tevin Brown, Justice Hill, Trey Hannibal. They're all good guards, and Bouye, of course, and Shabazz. I think when Bouye and Shabazz can play well and be hot, I think they're gonna win.
If I can do a little WCC bias, I don't know Murray State quite well enough and know their coach McMahon to know how they play in the sense of stuff. Like we know Golden does some weird shit and he's super analytics based and he'll just try stuff. And that makes him really hard to prepare for in one-off tournaments. And I just, it also makes them susceptible because if whatever he's trying doesn't come off, they don't quite have the talent to make up for it. But I mean, I could absolutely see this being a 15-point San Francisco win just because they're too weird to play against. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, the X factor is Gabe Stefanini. I mean, if he manages not to be completely useless, then they got a really good chance to win this game.
Go Dons.
Alrighty.
Go Dons. I'll be rooting for the Dons big time.
I will absolutely. Yeah. Was anyone else worrying about them as they were doing the selection show?
Oh, and yeah, good call.
I don't think so.
I mean, we all kind of knew they were in, but also
it was the last
at large bid.
Last one that they could have shown was theirs, because the last thing they showed was the 2-15 matchup, which of course they weren't going to be in. So if they weren't in the 10, I had my snub anger text all ready to send to you guys. I was getting nervous for them. I was like, what? Because I was thinking they're going to be a 9 or an 8. I really didn't think they were going to be an 11. So when they put the 11 up, Virginia Tech, Texas, like, oh my God, they're either the 10 in this or they're out. And that would have been the worst snub.
That would have been bad.
How nervous those kids were sitting there in the
They had to have been. They had to have been.
Absolutely.
Crapping themselves.
Yeah. And also, can we say, if you're the NCAA selection committee, why the hell are you putting a mid-major at large against another mid-major? Why do they do that?
Good call.
Ohio State's a 7 seed. Put them there. Make them play Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. They just don't seem to care.